All right, it is 7 o'clock. We shall begin. We're gonna have everybody rise, take your hat, let's do the pledge in the back of the room. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and we'll start with introductions, and Alana, you can go ahead because you're seated with us today.
I see she's having a yard sale.
Bob DeRozier, alternate member.
Oh, Terry Bollinger.
Teresa Bascom.
Bonnie Winona McKinnon.
All right, and we do have one board member who is absent, Mr. Dene, so we will be seating, Bob, you are seated and voting this evening. And also, we have another alternate who is absent, and that is Kevin Bassett. So the first and only case we have today is a case that's been continued. It's case number 24-008, VA Atwood, 326 Stage Road. This application is from New Hampshire Land Consultants on behalf of Donna Atwood, requesting two variances from the Nottingham zoning ordinance. The first variance is from Article 2, Section C2C, to permit a back lot to be accessed via an easement over an existing common driveway that is not on the subject property. The second variance is from Article 2, Section C2B, to permit a parcel that has less than the required 200 feet, 187.3, of frontage, and allow for a back lot with the required frontage of 20 feet. The property is located at 326 Stage Road in Nottingham and is identified as tax map 31, lot 10-3. Please state your names and how you're related to this application. Go ahead and give us an update.
Scott Frankowitz, New Hampshire Land Consultants.
Keith Hathaway, trying to buy the back lot.
So at the last meeting, there was no requested additional information submitted, so we really don't have an update. I just want to point out that there were 5 variances, not the 2 that you read.
I'm reading from what's on here.
I never changed the description, but there, he's right, there's one.
Okay. So,
Hear the rest of them.
could we,
You've read them all.
If you want, I can go through them, and they're very similar. Some of them are kind of a copy of what they're in different sections, and Dale felt we should ask for all of them. We went over them at the last meeting. The first 2 were the ones that were spoken of, Article 2, Section C.2.B, which is the frontage, 200 feet of frontage. We're asking a variance from that to allow 187.3 feet of frontage. Article 2, Section C.2.C, which was the second one. And that's each single lot is required to contain a driveway cut within a minimum lot frontage. The back lot will be accessed over an easement over the existing driveway that's out there. And then the other variances were very similar, but they're different sections. So Article 2, Section C.2.C.1, which are shared driveways will be kept on a common boundary line, similar to the one I just read. But we're not gonna, we want to use the existing driveway. We've been approved by DOT to use the existing driveway for both lots. So that's why this one's being requested. And then Article 2, Section T.3.B, which is a backlot subdivision. One lot created must contain a minimum of 200 feet of frontage and a minimum of 2 acres. Of course, we meet the 2 acres, but it's the whole frontage, 187.3 feet of frontage for the 18 acres. And then the last one is Article 2, Section T3C, which is a backlot subdivision. The other lot created must contain 20 feet of frontage, which we do, and include a curb cut to the approved access in a minimum of 2 acres. The access road must be 12 feet wide and must be fee simple ownership. This lot may not be subdivided further. So this is for the back lot. And like I said, we're not accessing the back lot through its frontage. It's through a common driveway. And the existing driveway will be used and the easement drafted to cover the access and maintenance of the driveway. So those are the 5 variances we're asking for.
Okay.
They kind of overlap on each other, but
Mm-hmm.
two sections.
Yeah, there's like, it says, there's 2 frontage and 3 access ones, is that what you have described, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, you have anything else for us?
No, as you know, if we do obtain the variance, we still have to go through the planning board approval for the subdivision, so.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, the total number, the total acreage is 18, did you say?
Okay, the existing lot is 72.61 acres with 207.76 feet of frontage, has an existing house and some outbuildings. What we're proposing is to leave 18.48 with the house, with 187 feet of frontage, and then the back lot will be the remainder of the land, which is 54 acres, a little bit more, with the 20 feet of frontage, which is required by the zoning, and this will be accessed by the driveway and the easement that will be put in place.
So how much pond frontage does it have on Pawtuckaway Pond?
0.
None.
Yeah, there's no,
We're not-
on
we don't-
Pawtuckaway Lake,
Yeah, it's,
yeah, then.
Oh, that's wrong.
I believe it reaches out back.
No, I wish it
You have the
did.
wrong one.
no wonder I can't understand it.
That's Waits Grove.
Should say Atwood. There were 2 lots here.
Yeah, that's true. That one does have the 2 lots. There you go, Bonnie.
Just to kind of, it seems like you didn't get all the kind of information out there. We do have a driveway permit the first time we came to the meeting. There was a driveway issue.
I think I was not at the first meeting, so if I ask you questions that sound
No,
dumb.
and I can just go through a couple things so that everybody's up to speed. The driveway became an issue, and that's why this one's taken so long. I think we submitted originally in July or something. We had to go away, deal with DOT. DOT finally issued it. I think it was the day before the last meeting, so that's why we were continued to tonight, because it wasn't within the 10 days. We have also submitted a draft driveway easement maintenance agreement that will be pushed along to the planning board when we go there.
So it's on Stage Road, not Pawtuckaway Pond at all. Not
Correct.
Whites Grove Road.
Correct.
No,
I wish.
All right. Anybody have anything else? Terry?
Nope, I'm good.
Bonnie, now that you're looking at the right map, do you have any
Do I have any-
questions?
Yeah, this is the back lot, the larger.
yes. And that is the lot that he could buy if this is ultimately done.
That's a piece, it has the 20-foot, but it doesn't run on the driveway, the 20-foot
Yeah, it
access.
it goes
So you're gonna
through.
do a shared driveway to get,
Right.
I'd veer off right after we cross.
right, right after, because, yeah, when I was out there, they said it was gonna be a right.
So it goes in here. How long is that driveway, just out of curiosity?
How long?
Roughly, yes.
I'd say 1,000 feet probably. The fire truck could, if the fire truck had to get out there, it could turn around by the house. There's a lot of area to turn around out there.
Yeah, once you get to the other side, it's,
Yeah, other
Pretty
side of the
open.
pond, it's getting cleaned up, so there's a lot more room to move around now too.
yeah, probably.
So it looks like somebody created a bunch of spaghetti lots, and this is a remainder piece?
This was the remainder piece of, I think, like an 8-lot subdivision in 1984. So they created a bunch of 200, 150 foot, 200 foot lot subdivision, or frontage subdivisions by 400 feet each.
At least. They look longer than that. I mean, given the frontage, if the frontage is 200,
Yeah, they did bring it right out to that back
yeah.
swamp pond.
Kathy, do you have anything? Okay, if nobody has anything, we do have someone in the public, so I'll have you step out, and it's 7:10 PM. I'll open the public hearing. Please come forward, have a seat, state your name, and then,
A bachelor,
and your address, please.
on 316 Stage Road.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I guess I'll state that first off, I'm in disagreement about this subdivision.
You're in disagreement.
And a lot of it is too, is, you know, when that subdivision was done in 1984, I think also done, there's a minimum of 200 feet of road frontage, correct? I'm not sure of the articles, I'm not up on that. But if, I would assume those 6 buildable lots, there was 1,242 feet of road frontage. So you divide that by 6, be 207 feet, which bang, 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 that's what it was. And those other lots, all the other lots, those lots were all over 5 acres. And I think the town probably put that article, whichever article it is, in place so there's no more overdevelopment. And I can't see how they can get a variance. You know, there's certain things there too. There's a water crossing with no permit. I have a question too. When somebody goes to have subdivide their land, they get a surveyor, they subdivide it, a raw piece of land. They don't go to the zoning board, they go to the planning board, correct?
For subdivisions.
Yes, so it's approved by the planning board. Okay, so then whoever did the subdivision, this subdivision, sold the individual lots, the 7 individual lots. So once they sold that, they're out of their hands. If somebody wants to build a house on it, they gotta go to the septic design and a building, what they're gonna put up for, like an A-frame or a duplex, or what have you. And then I guess they go to, who approves that? Does the building inspector approve that, as long as they have a plan, or does the planning board?
Oh, for the houses, once they're in a subdivision lot, it would be through the building inspector.
Okay, all right, that answers my question. Okay, and I guess that gives me another question. There's been a holdup, I guess, last meeting, because the state didn't have a permit for that driveway for the house that's in the back. So if they never had a permit for the driveway, they had no permit for the driveway, did they get a building permit?
Oh, we're not gonna go into that, and that's not at all what we are here for.
Okay, I'll be straight, cut and clean then.
Okay,
There's 200 feet of road frontage. It does affect my property on both ends. I own both ends of the pond. It's basically an earthen dam. It's basically an illegal water crossing over wetlands. You can say that, well, the road was there, but that's asking for forgiveness and permission, because there was never a permit to go across that wetlands.
the issue right now, though, is not the wetland crossing. We don't have anything to do or say about that. That wetland crossing happened long before this board was a part of it. We are here to look at their request for variances with regards to frontage and the backlot access through the existing driveway. it has not, for us, it has nothing to do with that wetland crossing.
Your decision is based on making that it's a minimum of 200 feet of road frontage for a house lot. Not, I mean, there's hundreds of house lots in this town that are, it's like if you have 1,100 feet of road frontage, divided by 5, you get 220 feet. And that's a house lot. So anybody that has that house lot in town, which it pertains to this lot, decision on this lot, as far as I'm concerned, maybe not you, but, so anybody that has over 5 acres can come to the town for a variance with articles to put a house behind their house. And actually, this is, if they had the dry enough ground, they had ground and they weren't crossing the wetland, I would think it would be more of a permissible to do that. But where this subject lot, back lot is, it goes across the wetland. And is there a permit for the water crossing? Is there a building permit for the house? The house is in,
I can't answer those questions for you. I have no idea. I don't know what happened with the subject parcel. As I said before, that's not even part of anything we are looking at. Our job as the zoning board is to address the issues that the applicants set before us. And it was not at all with regards to Donna's house that's already there. We're being asked to allow for a backlot subdivision and forgive the, 12, 13 acres or whatever, not acres, feet of road frontage, and allow for access via a shared driveway that is not on the subject parcel. It doesn't have anything to do with a building permit for the house that's there.
well, it's in the subdivision. It's part of the existing lot, correct?
Exactly, it's already there. We are not addressing that because it's already there. So I can't tell you if there was a permit pulled for it, but, I mean, that's.
If they had 12.7 more feet of road frontage, they'd only be in for like 3 variances, right? You'd be just access,
Just the common driveway.
right? So,
I think they need 220, don't they? Don't they need 20 feet for back lot? What's
He's got the 20 feet for the back lot. He
Oh,
just-
yeah, he does. That's
Yeah,
right.
he does.
that's why he's ended up a little shy on the 200-foot frontage, so.
Right.
Is that-
So is there anything else that you wanted to mention to us, Mr. Batchelder?
I tell you, that's rough tackle up that ground out there. But that's why I'm opposed to it. I don't want to focus off the lot. You can think about it. Anybody that has over 200 feet of road frontage, 5+ things, they can come for a variance.
Well, you are probably correct into that with, as land gets more and more scarce, there may be more people coming forward. I don't know, but we look at each case individually and don't look to be setting any kind of a precedence because every lot is unique and has its own idiosyncrasies, so it's not like everything is a square and all cut up and nice and neat for us, with it, we could only have it be that way, but it's not.
Right,
So-
the idiosyncrasy is that there's a illegal crossing over a wetland.
I heard you.
That
Thank you.
affects it's basically an earthen dam. There's no engineering in that thing. People go to college for years, engineers, and they design roads. They don't own auto body shops and put a road in. You know, there's no engineering in that water crossing.
Okay. Thank you.
They have the access, and as far as the fire department goes, they go turn around. How are they gonna turn around when the road gets blasted out? Which happens so many times, and that's why it's ruined my lower end on 316 Road, Stage Road. It's all a bunch of weeds now. The water level's not there. The road keeps washing out. But on the other end, they have a beautiful pond, and then they put my land on the upper end underwater. So to say they can put another house out there, which I assume they want to do, I don't imagine they're gonna raise rabbits and pheasants out there. I I'm sure they want to have a buildable lot to do that.
Okay.
But I mean, all it's gonna be is maybe 3 cars more driving over that crossing, so I mean, it's not gonna make a big difference. 3 more cars driving over that driveway,
No, but
not
I
gonna
mean,
make a big difference in the water level.
Isn't it standard to have 200 feet of road frontage minimum?
Right, but you can come in for a variance. You know, this is a fairly big lot, this is 72 acres, so.
There's a reason why we used to call it the ledges out there. Because it's the ledges. It's all ledge.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you speaking to us again about this.
I mean, rule of thumb, that's all I think. Like common sense, I say. You know, I actually talked to, I'm pretty good friends with a guy that's high up in the Southeast Land Trust Conservation. And he's familiar with a lot, because he's looked at my family's lots on both ends of it. And he laughed, he says, they kinda used up their road frontage there, haven't they? He laughed at it, he says, it's, you know, it's kinda like, says, I think the road frontage has already been used up,
Okay.
pretty much. I know people have places, gotta have places to live, but you could have zoning ordinances too. You can't go. I guess that's all I have to say.
Okay, but thank you. I appreciate it. And it's 7:21. We'll close the public hearing because there's no one else here. And you may come back up. Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you. All right, I'll bring it back to the board.
Point out a couple things.
Sure.
So what this does too, this lot is a 74 acre lot, it could be a road punched in, many lots put out there, of course, approvals. This restricts that from being just a 2-lot down to a 2-lot subdivision. And I believe there's restrictions on lot size, I don't think you can do a backlot subdivision of 5 acres, I think it has to be somewhere like 30 or something like that, is what Heath remembers seeing. I don't,
Isn't there, I think there's a rule that you have to have a certain amount of acres to do back.
6 acres,
That's it?
that's it.
6 acres? So none of those 5 acre lots that were originally subdivided out
Can have back
can be
lots
done.
without purchasing more land.
Right, so-
Excuse me?
The other, last 2 lots, they're really phases.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand who that, doesn't have the 4 in
Right,
The last lots.
I think he said there were 8 acres.
yeah.
The last one's 12.
Gotcha, okay.
I guess my point is that it can't be further subdivided if this was approved by the zoning board and the planning board. And we have to go through the planning board. That crossing is gonna come up. We're gonna deal with that with the planning board.
Yes, you will.
So
Right.
we're already dealing with it. It was originally put in by Fernald when he did the logging or whoever the logger was out there. It wasn't the current owners. They bought it like it is, and of course, as the buyer didn't do their due diligence, didn't know that it wasn't potentially permitted, but we'll deal with that.
I think there was an owner, there was a logger who built the original road. Then another guy bought it, built a house. I don't know, did he have a house?
They built the house in
Okay.
like '06
But then
or
he-
'04.
He kept bringing up the road, I think, is what I understand.
Yeah, and then Mother's Day flood flushed. it
Right,
out.
and then there was a flood. Now FEMA came out, right? They looked at it.
They gave her money
They
to
even gave them
repair it.
money to rebuild it, so.
So, and at that point, DES obviously was involved in FEMA.
Right, I'm sure DES was involved, so I mean,
We got some hoops to jump through with that, but
right.
we haven't met with DES already.
I'm sure the original, I mean, originally it was logger road. They probably have a little more
Yeah, they can,
leeway with putting in a logger road.
right.
But then the planning board said, well, you can use that as a driveway, and so it went from there.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's, and like the driveway, her driveway was the logging road, but never approved as a driveway, and that's why we went through. And there's several driveways out there that are not permitted. And they should go through the process that we just went through for Donna to get their driveways approved, because.
The state has to approve, doesn't it?
Right,
It's a
and
state
this one
road.
went to Concord.
Yeah, 'cause
Right, you
it's
got
state
it
road.
approved for a shared driveway.
Right.
Right. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
So this is the 20 feet of frontage? This little area here?
I believe so.
Yeah, the 20 feet runs along the
Runs along the line.
property line.
What's the land like there? Is it rolling or?
Yeah,
It looks like a raceway to me,
It's not.
straight as an arrow.
It's not bad land until it gets to the pond, and then
Yeah,
Then
you
you're
get
in
over-
trouble.
They got a good 5 acres probably cleared and using for the house, and then it kind of gradually goes up and levels off, and it's like a Canton soil, so it's rocky. I mean, that's what's left in New England. is
What's
rock
left
and
in this
ledge.
town anyway?
Huh?
Nottingham is pretty rocky.
Yeah.
So
So it keeps me in business. Rock.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, what's your pleasure? Do you see any other issues that we need to have addressed? If not, then I'll take a motion to either approve or deny. That's where we are at this point. It would be nice if we had a full list of the variance requests, but if you, however you state your motion, you can just say with the variances as requested in it, so that it can be covered that way, because I don't have them all
these
listed.
are, it's like this one.
There, yeah, but I have that. That's the one they came up with.
but
Yeah,
it's missing a couple of them.
And there's this one. These two are frontage.
They're they're noted on the plan too, all the variances, so.
yeah. The print like this.
And that's an access.
Where did you get that from? Did I have it in here and I just have overlooked
I
it?
had to print these off. These are access.
Okay,
I definitely gave them to everybody.
you did.
Yeah.
So then I don't
Yeah,
know
we
why
never saw
I,
them last time we were here, we didn't see them, so that.
forgive me, Alana. I see the applications and I usually just go, okay, I want to read the supporting documents.
Those are the approved, I don't know if you want.
Okay,
We could look at that.
all right, thank you. Okay, thank you. I was thinking it was all duplicate copies because everything else reads the same. Forgive me. I did not look at it as closely as I should have, I am sorry. Okay, so what are we doing? People?
I'll make a motion to approve the application, case number 24-008, VA Atwood 326 Stage Road, as written with the variances noted. Is that good?
The only other thing that, well, and there wouldn't be any, we had talked about no further subdivision but per our, Variance.
For that rule, yeah, you can only
there
do.
wouldn't be anyway. So, it's been moved, is there?
I'll
a s-
second it.
Okay, seconded by Terry. It's been moved and seconded to approve application. Woo! I don't use it, but it's okay, it's on, it's most the way on. Case 24-008, VA Atwood, as requested for their variances. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we shall proceed to vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's 5 of us, and it's a 5-0-0.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Remember, there is a 30-day window where someone can appeal. All right, you're welcome. Have a good rest of your evening. Okay, we have no other cases this evening. At this point in time, we do have the ability for public comment where we cannot respond or make comments about specific projects. And there's no one here for that. So I'll move on. Select boards not here, staff member updates. Anybody go anywhere? Do any training? Bob, Terry, Bonnie, Kathy? No? I spoke to you guys last time about the SRPC thing that I went to, right? I mentioned, did I, to you guys about the,
That you were going through it.
okay, I didn't say anything about the, if I still have that information in here. I do. SRPC's handbook and fiscal yearbooks or annual reports are out. If you're interested in those, they are available online, and they have quite a bit of information about the different communities and what is happening within them. I'll pass that on if you're interested in it. There is another meeting this coming Friday that I will be going to. At the last meeting, they talked about the build-out of the communities and happened to mention that, got it in here somewhere, that there will be no more builds out by 2031 in, what town is Somersworth, that Somersworth is being all built up, and there's another one, and I can't read my own writing here, but that there's a lot of communities around us that have had so much construction going on that they're running out of lots. So I think we might want to be aware of that, because as those coastal communities get more and more full, then they're going to be coming more inland, and we are already at a point where we're going like,
I'm gonna move to the county. To Maine, by God, nobody goes up there, it's too close.
yes.
It's crowded around here.
Newmarket was the other community, which is our neighbor, and theirs was 2027. They felt they would be built out. So I just found that to be like very eye-opening that these communities are getting so built up, especially when we start going ahead south of us as to what's going on in Epping.
Lots of things.
Yes. This is the other part of
What's
the
happening with
SRPC.
the development on Smoke Street and Fort Hill? There doesn't seem to be much going on there.
I haven't heard anything. Once we approve them, they pretty much go through your office for the rest of it. So I haven't heard anything more. Have you?
They're working on, they have conditions of approval, and they have a year to meet those, so they're working on meeting those now.
Yeah, they logged it all off, it's all logged. They logged the 2 roads in, but I think they just exchanged deeds too, just recently, I think.
I have no idea on that. Yeah, they go through the building inspector's office, that's it. So nobody has anything else? All right, next thing is the approval of the minutes from September 17th that we received the other day. Anybody have anything? on those, if you had a chance to read them. If there's nothing, then I will accept a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 17th, 2024.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of September 17th as written. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is that, are you
Abstaining out.
abstaining? So it's 401. All right. If there's nothing, Alana, do you have anything?
The only thing I have is that they are going to be, or they are looking for somebody to be doing the minutes for the land use. I've been doing it, but I kind of just took it over since somebody else had stopped last year. I don't have as much free time now anymore after hours to complete them. So we are looking for somebody to do the planning board and zoning board minutes.
Okay.
Anybody in the public would like to offer.
So that has been taken away from the clerk's duties then, and they are hiring that
So when
out
I
separately?
started, it was an outsourced, it was not part of my job.
Okay,
And that person stopped, and I said, well, it seems like it goes well with my job, I mean, it makes sense for me to do it, but I only do have 12 hours, so sometimes it doesn't, I have been lucky and learned how to do them pretty quickly, but still, I'm right now, I'm not being able to fit them all within the time period.
okay.
So-
There's so much development going on, I
Yeah,
can
it's been a little
imagine.
bit busy in the office, so I'm getting backed up.
Right,
So I was hoping that they could find somebody else to start doing them again.
anybody at home is a secretary and would
And
like
it's
to?
paid, and they can do it by video, just watch the videos. so.
Okay, so they wouldn't have to attend the meeting?
Nope, it's not a bad little job to have.
Okay, all right, good.
If you can type,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have arthritis in your hands,
if you
right?
know computers.
All right, so hopefully somebody will come forward for that. Anybody have anything else?
You can pass this that way.
All right, if not, then I will accept an order for adjournment.
Make a
I move to
motion.
adjourn.
I'll second it.
I'll do Bonnie. Motion, and seconded was Terry. All those in favor? Yay, we're done.